question of posting certain pictures online stirs up controversy. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Police in the Ignace-Dryden area are asking locals to refrain from posting photos of highway crashes online. The people behind two social media groups dedicated to sharing those photos say they have good reason for what they do and they plan to keep on posting. Lee Noonan has the story and she joins us in studio. Lee?
Thank you, Riley. Police say they're concerned about the families of crash victims and the integrity of their investigations, but the admins behind the Facebook groups we spoke with say sharing photos is key to their fight for safer highways. It's also worth noting that the right to record police while they're on the job is protected by the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. In a recent post to the Northwest Region OPP Facebook page, Ignace and Dryden Police asked that the public not share photos or information from crash scenes online to avoid the possibility families could learn of the death of a loved one through social media. Dryden OPP Sergeant Brittany Bembenek says she's not personally aware of any instances where that's been an issue, but she does stand by the request.
I think that's important because as human beings, we need to remember that this is a police investigation that's taking place, as well as someone is driving by the collision scene, they're not aware of what happened. Pictures that they're posting on social media could have lasting effects, and of course, cause greater concern for families that may have family members traveling on the road.
Northwest OPP say they recorded 1,229 motor vehicle collisions between January and June 2024. Those resulted in 9 fatalities. Raising awareness of the dangers on the road is the point of posting images and information about crashes for the people behind Facebook pages like Skilled Truckers Canada and Highway 1117 Kills People. Quote, "That's why we created this group, put pressure on the governments so they take the problem of all these accidents seriously and draw the attention of the media." The admin teams of both groups say they have lost family members themselves and avoid posting graphic images and identifying details. "We make every attempt possible to eliminate identifiers of who they may be. We are not without heart, but we do recognize it's sweeping everything under a rug that's allowing for more death and carnage on our highways." Meanwhile, Bembenek says she's concerned about the impact that citizens recording crash scenes and posting images might have on policing.
We have a police investigation going on at this time. We need the information that we are having on scene to not be shared in regards to that police investigation.
Recording on-duty police officers is a protected right in Canada. According to a Canadian Civil Liberties Association Know Your Rights document, several court and disciplinary decisions have affirmed that police officers do not have the power to simply order a person to stop filming them, with one ruling affirming that police interference with an individual who's filming and or photographing police is a, quote, significant abuse of authority. More information on the right to film and photograph police is available on the Canadian Civil Liberties Association website. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
A Thunder Bay police officer charged with assault causing bodily harm testified in his own defense today during a trial at the city courthouse. Constable Ryan Doherty is pleading not guilty to the charge, which was laid by the SIU after the incident in November 2022. Staff at the regional hospital were dealing with a 60-year-old mental health patient who was brought there by police and later wandered away. Doherty was asked to locate and return the man to the hospital, but the interaction on Oliver Road led to the man suffering a fractured nose. Today in court, Doherty said he ordered the man to stop resisting and felt the only way to make him comply was to strike him in the head with his fist. The complainant was struck 4 times. He then agreed to comply and was placed in handcuffs and taken back to the hospital. The trial is expected to wrap up tomorrow. The full details can be found later on tonight on tbnewswatch.com. 9 properties owned by the City of Thunder Bay are officially on the market as a way to spur on new housing construction. None of them are city parkettes, and the city's realty services manager says she doesn't think these sales will spark any opposition.
We certainly appreciated all of the community's feedback that we received on the lands we brought forward to council to be declared surplus. These properties were already brought forward in the winter last year. We've done our work now to bring these to market.
Deanna Walker says all 9 properties have been designated as surplus with the purpose of being sold to build infill housing and increase urban density. Depending on factors like size and location, the price tag for the properties range from around $75,000 up to $90,000. The sale of surplus lands for housing development is a key component for the city to reach its ambitious housing target. Walker says with the high demand for these types of properties, they're expecting a lot of interest.
We are running through a process. We are accepting proposals for these. They will be assessed, and then we will proceed from there. So we expect to take that a little bit of time. The properties will be listed for a certain amount of time. We'll have a review period, and then we'll proceed with the sale. So we expect development of that to happen within the Housing Accelerator Fund period, so the next 3 years, but it will depend based on the size of project. These are smaller projects, so we expect development more quickly.
The properties are currently listed on the MLS website along with realtor.ca and buildthunderbay.ca. More information on the incentives available through the Housing Accelerator Fund can be found on the city's website. The province is looking to expand pharmacists' ability to prescribe and treat patients even further. The Ontario government is consulting on allowing pharmacists to diagnose and treat more common ailments, administering more vaccines, and performing more point-of-care testing. That could include, for sore throats, ordering strep throat testing, treating mild headaches or minor sleep disorders, and administering vaccines at pharmacies such as tetanus, HPV, hepatitis, and shingles. Pharmacists in the province can already treat and prescribe medication for 19 ailments, including pink eye, cold sores, and urinary tract infections. Anishinaabe Aski Nation held their annual women's gathering in Thunder Bay this week at the Nor'Wester Hotel. The event wrapped up this afternoon after 3 days of sharing, learning, and mutual support.
Through these kind of workshops, through these kind of gatherings, this is where, we will kind of we'll rise up as women to help each other.
Brenda Fox represents the Western Territories on the NAN Women's Council. She's happy with the turnout this week, with more than 70 women attending from remote communities, urban areas, and everywhere in between. She says the gathering is an important opportunity to come together to support each other, share resources, create networks, and pass on cultural teachings.
It's about understanding what being a woman is in our role and our sacred roles. And one of the things is a lot is mental health and well-being and balancing ourselves out to support each other, to create support systems and networks, and to share ideas with each other, what works and what will not work.
Fox hopes to uplift women, especially young women, and encourage them to follow their dreams and seek out the support of other women through gatherings like this one. While much has been made over the past couple of years about the tourism dollars that cruise ships are bringing to the city, a recent visit from the Viking Octantis brought an unexpected benefit to one local nonprofit group. The last time the Octantis docked in the city, the ship offloaded more than tourists. The company was replacing one of the commercial refrigerators on board the vessel and donated the used fridge to the Roots Community Food Center. Executive Director Erin Beagle says the donation is worth several $1,000s, and she loves having such a well-traveled fridge.
So it's super fancy. It's an industrial commercial level fridge. It's all stainless steel. It's got tons of capacity inside, so it's way bigger, wider, deeper than a home fridge than anybody would expect there. So definitely pricey. And what they do at the cruise ship is every few years they swap out their gear even before it's done so that they don't get caught out at sea with gear that doesn't work for them. And so it's almost new. It's only 3 years old. It has a way longer lifespan than that.
Beagle says more food storage capacity will mean they can do more. However, they can't install the new fridge just yet. They first need to modify the electrical systems to work with North American voltages. But that electrical work will be the only cost to Roots, as even the moving fee was waived by AMJ Campbell Movers. Fort William First Nation will be bustling with activity this Saturday as a business along City Road is hosting a free all-day concert. The big event will wrap up with a major fireworks show on the mountain. The First Nation has set off fireworks for the past few years on Anemki-Waju, also known as Mount McKay. This year, they decided to have the Pyrotechnic Show on July 27th. which coincides with the Crossroad Music Grand Opening Concert. The musical instrument shop on City Road has been hosting free shows every Saturday afternoon this summer. And the one this Saturday features a full lineup of musicians running from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. The fireworks will be set off sometime after 10:30 p.m. Fort William Chief Michelle Solomon says it should be a good show for everyone to enjoy.
So there is a group of community members here at Fort William First Nation that organize the fireworks every year. They raise funds for the fireworks every year. So they were raising funds, and they'll have an annual firework show on the evening of July 27th. Right now, it's slated to happen on the top of the mountain. We've had great feedback from people all over about the fireworks. I know that a lot of the community is really looking forward to it.
Hundreds of people attended the latest Live on the Waterfront concert held at Marina Park last night. The free events take place every Wednesday and feature different artists each week. Here's Joel Mendelson with more.
One day just you and me. Kisses sleeping on memory.
This week's Live at the Waterfront concert featured performances from local band The Cartwrights, along with Métis singer-songwriter Burke Chaudouin from Saskatchewan.
Over yonder, where I like to spend my time.
There are plenty of activities and things to do while taking in the free concerts. Spectators can enjoy food from local vendors, play a variety of games, do arts and crafts, and much more. At the Waterfront, opinions are split on what is the best feature of the night.
I splattered painted. I did like something which you hang up. Game where you throw two balls, which are the exact same color, which are connected.
I mean, new people and then listen to music and food too. I like it. It's been happy and I like this vibe stuff.
Every Wednesday they have a new craft. We did Jenga yesterday at a different place, so I liked, Jenga. We played Jenga, and we played the bowling over there. Making cards, and like last time there was like sun catchers. That was pretty cool. I really like the music, but there's also a lot of activities that I like. Lots of the games over there and crafts and stuff.
Coordinator of the Recreation and Culture Division for the city, Callie Hemsworth, says this is a great way to spend a Wednesday evening throughout July and August.
We really encourage people, if you're just finishing up your dinner, come on out. It's going to be a beautiful night. The event goes every Wednesday from 6 until 9 p.m. and we have a lot of great activities. We've got arts activities and games. It's a very family-friendly event, so come on out.
There are 5 Wednesday night concerts remaining for this summer, although the final week will also feature a Thursday night show with fireworks as a finale for the series. Joel Mendelson, TBT News.
I still have to make it to one of those concerts this year. Last year I was there quite often, but Fiona, Mother Nature's starting to warm up a bit.
Oh, she is. She definitely is as we head into the weekend. Today we got a few more degrees out of the temperature. It was beautiful. Mainly sunny skies after an early morning low of 9. We warmed up to 26 and a humidex of 29. Winds were light, albeit out of the southwest, although at times they were also completely calm. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. And as we take a look at what's going on across the region, there's a lot of sunshine across the board. We've got Fort Frances up into Red Lake, all the way through Sioux Lookout, Pickle Lake, Armstrong, Greenstone. Nothing but sun at this hour, although they did see some increasing clouds up to the northwest earlier this afternoon, and partly cloudy skies for much of the day on the eastern shores of Lake Superior. Sault Ste. Marie currently at 22. Now, the temperatures are all very seasonal, but the humidex levels are also adding 4 or 5 degrees to what it actually feels like. So right now we've got a humidex of 26 in the Sioux, 27 in Greenstone, so fairly consistent to the east. To the west, humidex levels are in the low 30s, 30 to about 32. So beautiful, beautiful day. The one outlier being Wawa, they're currently at 20. They've had southwest winds right off the lake, which has kept temperatures quite a bit cooler. as is often the case. Now, here in the city of Thunder Bay, we are looking at clear skies tonight with a low of 11. Winds will be out of the south, but very, very light. And as we look towards the weekend, tomorrow, sunny and dry end to the work week. And for the weekend, daytime highs are going to stay consistently warm. What you see tomorrow, that's going to continue for at least a couple days. Here's the one downside, I guess you might call it. There is a risk of pop-up showers throughout the weekend. Not a huge chance, but there's always a chance of a little bit of rain, which, let's face it, when it's really hot, not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
So all in all, I think the weekend forecast is looking pretty good for Thunder Bay.
Perfect, because I just bought myself, well, the dogs, a little doggy pool, and I think I might take a dip in it this weekend.
And get the whole family in it.
Well, exactly, and if it rains a little bit, I'll fill it up more, that's all.
Very
Thank you so much, Fiona. Well, a fierce battle is underway in Jasper, Alberta, with the wildfires hitting that tourist town. We'll have more on that as your Thursday News Hour continues.
For many generations, the town of Jasper and the parks surrounding it have been a source of pride